Hey guys, we are going to solve this today, 10 minus a negative 5. Now, I am currently teaching 7th grade, and this is a problem that some of my students will get incorrect, which there's no shame in that. I just think we need to address it, right? So, a lot of times I might get 5 as an answer that they're asking me, is this 5? And if I say no, then they might say, oh, is it negative 5? And I say, no, let's go ahead and do it, right? So I'm going to use a strategy that I like to use. If you like this strategy, you want to learn more about it, I'll link a video for you in the corner. But let's go ahead and do this. So in this strategy, the first thing I ask myself is, are there any signs right next to each other? Now, what I mean by that is like this minus a negative. There's 2 signs right next to each other, right? That can make it a little confusing for me personally, so I like to get it down to just 1 sign. So when I subtract a negative or take away a negative, it actually turns to a positive. So I can rewrite this as 10 plus 5. Now, if you're thinking there's no way that's right, I'm switching videos. Let me prove it to you. So an example I usually use with my students is if you're grounded, that's negative, right? That's a negative thing in your life. But then maybe your parent comes to you and says, hey, you have been behaving really well. I'm going to take away that you are grounded. I'm going to take away that negative. Well, you're going to be celebrating, right? Because that is positive. So when we take away a negative, it is actually positive. Now here, you can probably be like, well, oh, I know what 10 plus 5 is. That's 15. Well, you are correct, but I do want to show you the rest of this strategy because as I've worked on problems like this with students, sometimes when we introduce negatives, this can kind of confuse us still a little bit because we forget, oh, we've been doing problems like this since kindergarten, right? And I know it can be scary when negatives are added. So if you need to use this strategy for a little bit to help you remember, no big deal, okay? So when I have a number that doesn't have a sign in front of it, I just assume it's positive, right? So this is a positive 10. So I know I have 10 positives and 5 positives, okay? Now I'm going to draw out those positives. So 10 positives and 5 positives. Now, if I count those all up, I am left with 15 positives or 15. Okay, so that would be my answer to 10 minus a negative 5. Now, if you want to see how this strategy works when there are some negatives in there, I will link a video for you in the corner. Hope this helped. Thanks.